Tonight in the case against Casey, Casey Anthony is still staying tight-lipped about the death of her daughter Kaylee. Today, Channel 9 obtained Casey's answers to a list of questions she was asked in a civil suit. Zenaida Gonzalez is suing Casey for defamation for using her name as Kaylee's so-called babysitter. Of the 29 questions she was asked, the only thing Casey would answer was the question that asked her name. For everything else, she pleaded the Fifth Amendment. And now that a date has been set for Casey's first-degree murder trial, people are asking, could she still face the death penalty? Channel 9's Kathy Belich is live outside the Orange County Courthouse. And Kathy, has any official decision been made yet?
Well, the answers to your questions are no official decision has been made yet. And yes, Casey could still face the death penalty. The prosecutors won't make a decision like that until all the evidence is back from the labs, and it isn't back yet.
The state attorney's decision not to seek the death penalty against Casey Anthony and her daughter Kaylee's murder was made the week before Kaylee's remains were found near her house, with the duct tape still stretched across her mouth and with a heart sticker that had apparently been stuck over the duct tape. Now that Kaylee's been found, everything is different.
We do not know what all the evidence is and what the evidence absolutely means. There's a mountain of forensic evidence that has not been disclosed yet.
On the surface, many of Florida's aggravators, which are legal arguments for the death penalty, could apply. The murder was cruel and atrocious, cold, calculated, and premeditated, that it happened while Kaylee was being abused. Kaylee is younger than 12, and she was particularly vulnerable because she was murdered by a person she trusted. But WFTV legal analyst Bill Schaefer, who is a former prosecutor, says this is a circumstantial case, so the evidence linking Casey to Kaylee's murder must be very strong for the state attorney to seek death, even if the aggravators outweigh the arguments against it, called mitigators. Schaefer says prosecutors always consult with the state attorney general's office before seeking a death sentence because the attorney general has to defend it before the Florida Supreme Court.
And the Florida Supreme Court holds prosecutors to a harsher standard to uphold a death sentence. Now, there is no real deadline for prosecutors to make this decision, but WFTV legal analyst Bill Schaefer, again a former prosecutor, says what usually happens is once the decision is made, prosecutors would notify the defense at once so that the defense can start to prepare for a possible death sentence hearing phase of the trial if there is a conviction against Casey for first-degree murder. Reporting live from the Orange County Courthouse, Kathy Belich, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
And it looks as if Casey Anthony will be back in court next week. Late this afternoon, the judge set a court date for Thursday, March 12th. Her lawyer's trying to get access to more evidence in the case related to DNA tests and evidence taken from a computer belonging to Ricardo Morales. That's Casey's ex-boyfriend. The hearing will also involve a request to keep George Anthony's suicide note from being released.
The clock is now ticking for Casey Anthony's attorney to block a jailhouse video from being released. On Monday, Jose Baez convinced a judge not to release the video until he sees it. The tape shows Casey in jail as she was being told that her daughter's remains had been found. Baez is now reviewing the tape. He has 2 weeks to ask a judge to seal it.